First thing that this protocol requires is the fruit labeling. So we need to take the fruit on which you already wrote the DA meter value, so the fruit maturity on it in the field with a permanent marker. This fruit, we need to label it with a different color marker, and we call fruit from number 1 to whatever number of fruit you actually have. The next step is that you need to populate and write down all the data regarding the fruit that we just labeled. So in this case, we have the fruit number 1 needs to be written in the data sheet, fruit number 1, the corresponding jar number, that in this case would be jar 45. The volume of the jar, and it needs to be already known. In this case, I know is 1,156 milliliters. The DA value on the fruit that was already collected and written on it in the field, so 0.87, and the fruit weight, that for us is the size of the fruit. In this case is 136 grams. The next step, once you weighted the fruit, you need to place it in the jar, close the lid, seal it, and record the time at which the jar was closed. In this case was 1 o'clock. I suggest that you collect and you labeled all of the fruit that you intend to measure the ethylene from, and you populate fully the data recording sheet before closing all the jars, and close the jar all together, all at once, that it becomes much easier to record the time, and especially later on when you will collect the ethylene. The next step that you can easily do while you wait to collect the ethylene is to label all the vials that will be used for ethylene collection. Label each single vial that will be used for the collection of the ethylene. On the label needs to be written the variety name, the fruit number, the jar number, and the date. So we will always be able to reconnect to which fruit was actually the ethylene was coming from. And now that is past over 4 hours, that is more or less 5 o'clock, we need to do the next step, that is the collection of the ethylene in the previously labeled vial. Take the syringe, the 20 to 25 cubic centimeter syringe, making sure to don't stab yourself, and we need to insert the syringe through the silicone into the jar, and then we do need to stir the air inside of the jar to make sure that all the ethylene gets collected correctly. To do that, we need to extract fully the syringe up and pushing back down 3 times. This would give us enough stirring inside of the jar to mix all the different gases. And at the 4th one, we extract a bit above 15 cubic centimeter. Then we push out the additional volume, going to around 15 cubic centimeter. And then we inject it in the previously labeled vial, insert the needle, and as you can see, the vial being evacuated is sucking up the air from the syringe. We push home the rest, the additional volume, we extract it, and we record the time at which this operation was done, and in this case is 510.